Okay, this is a lesson for Algebra 1, day 25, solving and graphing inequalities. The objective for today, students will solve and graph inequalities. These are the steps you should have written down. Solve the inequalities using SADMAP. If dividing or multiplying by a negative number, switch the inequality to its opposite. Plot the answer on the number line. A closed circle means that it's also equal to. Okay, so I'll do numbers 1 and 2. Just watch right now. You're just watching right now. Pencils down. Just watch. I'll give you a moment to write. Okay. Number 1. And by the way, my number line is flipped. I'm not sure why, but they're all there. Okay, so number 1, what you need to do first is you're going to solve the inequality using SADMAP. Okay, so just like before, you should start getting good at SADMAP. Before I'm going to do that, I'm going to combine like terms, so it's going to be negative 6n minus 2 is greater than negative 14. Add 2 to both sides. And 2's cancel out, so we have negative 6n is greater than negative 12. Okay, now watch carefully. Here's a step that's really important. All eyes up here. You're going to divide both sides by negative 6. Now watch. If I divide by negative 6, when I divide, remember over here in my directions it says, if dividing or multiplying by a negative number, is this a negative number we're dividing by? Yeah, we're going to flip our inequality, so it's going to be not greater than but less than. Alright? That only happens when it's negative. If it's positive, you don't do that. So n is going to be less than 2. Okay? Again, you're just watching. You're not writing right now. I'll give you a moment to write in a few minutes here. Pencils and pens down. Come on, pencils and pens down. Thank you. Alright? Next step is you find your number line and you find the 2. This is our 2 right here. Okay. Since it doesn't have an equal sign underneath my inequality right here, we don't need to fill in the circle. But if it did have an equal sign there, we would fill in our circle. It would be a closed circle, noting that it includes that. But since it's not equal to, we don't keep it that way. It's less than, so you draw an arrow from there pointing toward the left, and you're done with number 1. Okay? I'll do number 2 now. Watch carefully. Number 2. Number 2. We have, it looks like we're going to have to use the distributive property. We have a coefficient of negative 5 out here. We're going to distribute the negative 5 into each of these 2 inside terms of the binomial. So we have negative 15a plus 25 is going to be less than 70. Using SADMAP, you're going to solve the equation. 25's cancel out, leaving just negative 15a on one side is less than 45. And again, I'm going to divide by negative 15. Again, we're dividing by a negative number, therefore we have to flip the sign of the inequality to greater than. So a is greater than negative 3. And then, of course, we have solved the answer. Now we just take we draw a number line. This is the number line that's on here. Find negative 3, of course. Draw a circle. In this example, is it equal to? No. So then we draw an arrow toward the right since it's greater than. Okay? And that's it for numbers 1 and 2. Are there any questions here? Okay, what I'd like you to do, 1's tell the 2's about number 1, 2's tell the 1's about number 2. Ready, set, go. So number 3, what you need to do is the following. Okay? Most of you got this, but I want to just make sure. 2 minus 3x could be negative 1x minus 2. Everyone's watching right now because we had a lot of issues right now. Just want to make sure we clean up. Add 2 on both sides. Most people were getting this. Okay, at this point, you're going to divide both sides by negative 1. Watch carefully. We flip the sign, right? We divide it by a negative number. It becomes greater than. The negative 1's cancel out, just leaving x. 4 divided by negative 1 is negative 4. Fantastic. A lot of you got this. Some of you didn't. It needs to look exactly like this. It needs to look exactly like this in order to be correct. Then you go to negative 4 on the number and look at the number line the way it's written. If you look at the number line, you notice that negative 4 is on the left, okay? And we need to fill it because it's equal to negative 4 also. Okay, and we get an arrow, we point it toward the right because it's greater than or equal to that. Okay, that's number 4. Or number 3. Here we go, number 4. By yourselves, ready, set, go. So number 4, in case you didn't get it, you distribute the 4 into the 3n and into the negative 1. So we got 12n minus 4 is greater than or equal to negative 56. Next step, I'm going to combine like terms. We got negative 8 by minus 4 is negative 8. So we got 12n minus 8 is greater than or equal to negative 56. Then I'm going to add 8 to both sides. When I add 8 to both sides, we get 8's cancel out, so 12n is greater than or equal to 12n is greater than or equal to negative 48. Divide by both sides by 12. This time we're dividing by positive 12, right? So we're not going to switch our signs. We're going to keep our we're not going to switch our inequality, so n is going to be greater than or equal to negative 4. Okay? And that's your answer here. Now we go to our number line. Make a number line. And circle out negative 4. We're going to fill it because it's also equal to. And this way, everyone show me with your arms which way the arrow is supposed to point. Okay, good, to your right. Okay, and that's it. This concludes this lesson.